All right. That must mean that we are good to go. So Josh, as is tradition, now year two of the one seed joining for week one of the playoffs. Welcome to the show. First question, you how does it feel being a one seed with your team in absolute turmoil?
Ah, it's a great question. It's bittersweet, let's just say.
Yeah.
Uh,
Things were looking real good for about 12 weeks and then I
one,
saw Jefferson looks okay, so that's a positive.
yeah. Jefferson being, slightly injured is interesting. I think he'll play through his, they call it chest. I think it's still a rib injury, bruised rib or a broken rib, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, he got rocked.
I think the thing that hurt me the most though was Tank Dell. I just because him and Stroud had a connection, that was a guaranteed play. And honestly, when I make it to the championship, Tank Dell was going to drop a 20 bomb with Stroud at 30. So it was like a guaranteed 50 points there. So now I'm in a bit of a shit show.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you'll figure something out, but congratulations. This is what you get to buy for, You don't have to worry about it right now.
Exactly. Can I
So,
can I make that point? Can I say something about that buy?
oh,
And
by all means. By all means.
there was some things brewing in our league about how you know the most points needs to be paid. You know, first place gets a buy. I did some research here,
Right.
and it's very interesting numbers, Joe. I tell you, you know, 30%. Hold on, I'm waiting for my spreadsheet to open again.
All right. And is this from like year one?
This is actually no, I only did on a 10-year basis.
Oh,
So
that's good enough.
2013 to now, till 2022, 2023. During that time, first things first, what's crazy is only one team ever in that 10-year span has not only gotten first place regular season, first in points, and won the league. And unfortunately, that's slice of dice,
Hmm,
Anthony Davis. I
that's
say
a good year.
unfortunate because now he'll have a fucking bragging point for the next 6 months to talk
Yeah.
about. But
That's a good year for sure.
it's a great year. Amazing.
Yeah.
But you know what? Good for him. He won it all. You don't get money for first place, first points. That's it. Fantastic. But to some point, I'm gonna say, what was it, Joe? It's 30% of the time, if a team gets most points, they win the league. Only
30%.
30%.
Yeah, it's a bit surprising.
Compared to if you have first in points, 70% of the time you're in first or second place, which over the last 10 years would have led you to a bye in the first round. Why do you need to get paid when you're already getting a bye?
Listen, the buy is very nice, especially, in a 12 team league. Getting that one seed only team with a buy is a nice payoff. I guess just the only counter is that Davis has most points and he doesn't have a buy, so that's just sucks for him. But
And and I agree with you. Now, interesting enough, that's only happened in two other years of 10 where the most points didn't have the bye.
mhm,
In both of those years, of course, that team actually lost in the second round.
interesting. So what
So,
you're saying is if you don't have a buy and you're not in most points, you're looking pretty good right now. That's what I'm
yeah,
hearing from that. So
honestly, what I'm saying is one, screw the money. Kev, cry me a river
that
somewhere
is
else.
true. I don't care about the money in this league at all, really. I mean, you just want to win. The winning 2 grand is nice, but I don't care about
Exactly.
most points and whatever.
Listen, come Hanukkah, come Christmas, 2 grand at the end of the season. It's a
That'd be
beautiful
nice.
thing.
Could use that.
No,
It's a lot
but
of diapers.
it's never been about the money. It's always been about the trophy, the
Yeah.
pride.
All
This
right.
man as
Well,
a kid, he now as a kid, he cries about money left and right. Can't help it.
I'll let you deal with that. Um, this is a picks show. We make picks on this show. Uh, week one of the playoffs. Three really good matchups. I've been sharing my screen. We'll start with the 4 versus 5 matchup. The winner of this has the honor to take you on. That's just important note. There's no reseeding. I know this question gets asked 100 times every year. There's no reseeding. So this is me and James 4 versus 5. Winner's playing Josh, no matter who wins. Um, so again, I'm the 4 seed. James is the 5 seed. I had the third most points. James had the fourth most. Good teams. Uh, I've won 6 of my last 7, scoring 100 points 4 times in that stretch. James has alternated wins and loss in his last 5 weeks. We both have running back decisions to make. I kind of pointed at this in the chat this week. I think we have good running backs, but decisions need to be made either way. I picked a key player for each team. I mean, Tyreek Hill is the easy one. He's kind of banged up right now. If I'm the Dolphins, I'm just resting him, get healthy for the playoffs. I wouldn't worry about this week at all. And then for me, I think it's Cooper Kupp. Recent addition to the team. Finally looked really, really good last week. Hopefully he keeps that up. So that's kind of the stage that I'm setting here. What do you have on this, Josh?
Sorry about that, Joe. I was on mute for a second there. Personally, I'm actually looking at this as a couple of things. One, the 49ers, Joe, your team.
Yeah.
When you got Debo from me, may have been the biggest and dumbest mistake I've ever made, but I digress. This week is going to be interesting. I think the 49ers blow out
Yeah.
the Cardinals, and I mean, like, blow them out. Question
It's a
is,
concern.
what did that net for you? Do they
Yeah.
start running the ball more in the second half, and do you lose some value with your guys there? I agree, Cooper Kupp, huge, could be a huge week for him. Washington stinks. On the other side, I actually think Sam Howell might drop a 30 burger, and Justin Herbert going down could
Blessing in
have been
disguise.
a blessing in disguise for James, who makes horrible decisions. And playing Sam Howell in a game that is going to undoubtedly be a shootout, the over-under in that game is set at 49.5.
Wow. Okay.
I think the Rams just do a dump truck job, but that means that Sam Howell is going to have to throw the ball 50 times.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're looking at a possible, like I said, a 30-point game, even though Sam Howell might have 1 or 2 turnovers, he can still get 3 touchdowns and 50 rushing yards and everything that you want from a guy.
Yeah.
James gonna have a tough decision with Pacheco if he comes back healthy. And can you really start Breece Hall against Miami? I think my pick is gonna be the Boondoggle Boys to move on. I'm hoping it's James.
I've got myself too. I'm not going to pick against myself, obviously, but the team's rolling right now. I've got the boys 114 to 101. I think James's team is good. I've been a big Murphy's Law guy. But yeah, I mean, I think Tyreek against the Jets also sucks in general. And then he's got DJ Moore versus the Browns. 2 pretty tough matchups. So we'll see. Again, Boondoggle Boys are rolling, feeling real good about our team. Hopefully the Niners don't win like 50-0 and McCaffrey has 5 touchdowns. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all to be said there.
Yeah, that's the scary part for you.
All right, matchup number 2. The Gotham Rogues get in, facing Anthony Davis, who, as mentioned, led the league in points. He's the 3 seed. Shreve scored the lowest amount of points for all the playoff teams. He ended up with the 9th most points. There was a chance for a second there that he was going to have the fewest, but he did have 122 points a couple weeks ago. That was my inform for them. Coming in on 3 straight wins, but in those wins, they scored 82, then 122, then 74. Davis coming in 5 straight games over 100. Key decisions here. We got Shreve currently starting Stafford over Tua. And then on the other side, really the only decision I guess Davis needs to make is really Kamara or Mostert for the most part. Key players, I got Devontae Adams just has to show up at some point. And then George Kittle, the king of like 3 points or 30 for Davis. So to me, this one, I mean, it's pretty clear. One team is always scoring 100 points. One team never scores 100 points. But what do you got, Josh?
So I'm always running things by the numbers. And again, Joe, I'm looking at, I know you point out Devontae as one of the guys.
Yeah.
Interesting enough, that pathetic Chargers Raiders game on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
And over of 34.5. I think I want to puke already.
34.5? Oh my God.
It's disgusting. We're gonna have 2 QBs. Easton Stick is gonna show the world why he's not supposed to be in the NFL at all. And Aiden is gonna continue to show why the Raiders just suck as just a football team in general. I actually love this is again going back to that same game. I love Stafford versus Washington.
Okay.
Washington has the worst defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
That could be, say it now, could be what keeps this one close.
Okay.
Right?
What
Uh,
What do you think Devontae needs on Thursday night to get this game close?
to make this interesting, Devontae needs a touchdown and 75 yards on the
Yeah,
minimum.
I was gonna say he needs like high teen, like 18.
Yeah, he needs minimum, I think minimum 13, 14 is the floor.
Yeah,
And then and what worries me, Shreve has a lot of guys. As I told you, I wanted to train for Derrick Henry. I think Henry in that game, another low scoring game with no Stroud. I think the Titans get the ball a lot.
yeah.
I think they run the ball a lot. We might see 25 plus rushes from Henry that week. And at over, I'll say this now, over 130 yards, 25 rushes, and a touchdown.
Okay.
Those
I mean,
kinds of
he's gonna
numbers.
need it because, like I said, I mean, Davis, his team scores over 100 points every week. The Rogues,
Exactly.
the Rogues very rarely touch 100. I think if these teams play 100 times, like Davis probably wins like 80 of them, but only takes one. Only takes one for the Rogues.
More 90 wins. I
Yeah,
mean, listen, Davis has the benefit right now of having a couple of games, a bunch of games that have shootout potential. You have Buffalo versus Dallas. You have Denver versus Detroit in Detroit. The Denver's going to have to throw the ball. Um, you have, San Francisco just demolishing the Cardinals. So Davis certainly has the edge. But this week, I see Shreve is playing Dalton Schultz. I personally would rather see Kincaid if he's healthy. That's just my choice of tight end.
yeah, yeah, for
But
sure. I didn't notice that.
I think Shreve might keep this within 10 points and keep it close till the end.
All right, we'll see. I've got Davis winning by like I got 116 to 88 is my projected score here. Um, I mean, just seeing Josh Allen McCaffrey is just it's a daunting roster to look at.
I wonder what asshole traded him Josh Allen and didn't get
Yeah.
anything.
Speaking of
Oh,
our last matchup, uh, the Rebellion versus the Bandits. They've already started their little jibber jabbering. Joe Kiss hung on. He barely hung on to that 2 seed by beating you, and now you have to do that awful bet. So,
yeah,
congrats to
terrible.
Joe Kiss. He got the 2 seed, sixth most points in the league.
Hey, Joe
Kevin, the
Kiss.
7 seed, fifth most points. Joe Kiss has won 6 of his last 7. Um, Kevin on the other side, he's coming in off 3 losses, but I thought this was a pretty interesting stat. I honestly have not looked at any other team, but I'd be surprised. I mean, there might be another team or two, but Kevin has 0 weeks under 78 points. That's pretty good. That's rare, like to not have a single really like dud. Like he could have won every game at that point. Um, so you like to see the consistency. I don't know that 120 point game is on this roster, but I think he'll give you a consistent number. Um, Roster decisions, they both have a really ugly wide receiver 3 situation. Kevin's looking at Jaden Reed or Marquise Brown. Joe Kiss is looking at Odell or Thielen or Godwin. Um, so I think this will be interesting. Again, Dak Prescott has been rolling. We've roasted Joe Kiss for that trade, and so far it's been good, but it really doesn't matter until right now. Like gave up a couple firsts, right, for Dak and Ridley, and we'll see what happens. They both have pretty tough matchups. I doubt Joe Kiss was smart enough to actually look at playoff matchups, but at Baltimore or against Baltimore for Ridley and then at Buffalo for Dak, not ideal. What do you got on this one, Josh?
Uh, Kev's
Also,
got
these are 2 of your like least favorite teams.
yeah,
It's
100.
them two. It's them two and Davis are your
Yeah,
and
I
Chris
mean, like
Davis.
that's like 1, 2, and 3 right there for me. And I mean, you got Tweedledee and Tweedledum on the board here. You got one guy who bitches too much and one guy who just bitches on Monday Night Football. It's you really have a situation right now with Keenan Allen, who is Kev's primetime star guy, and he's got a fucked up heel and a shitty quarterback
Yeah,
on a short week.
and they're done. The Chargers. So
Yeah.
it's just
So what's the point of him playing as an old man? And then Kev, you don't have any depth. We talked about this for 2 years now. Depth wins you championships. You can't blame the fact that you lost, a receiver. You trade all your picks for Travis Kelce. Unfortunately, that hasn't worked out.
Yeah.
I get the last laugh there.
He's the number one tight end, to be fair, but he's
It's
not.
not-
He has not been your what
He
you.
hasn't been the explosive all over the place number one
He's
tight
usually
end.
like wide receiver one numbers, but yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Expectation in that case. So, I mean, Joe Kiss, hate to say it, Prick has a scary team. If he gets past the first and second round, I looked into it. His championship games, he really can't mess it up. I mean, he can. He's Joe Kiss.
But he's the what 0-4 in championships.
Oh, I think it's on five actually. He's putrid. I mean, he is. He's the guy who gets left at the altar every time.
Yeah,
Uh, but I'll tell you this: if Joe Kiss wins, scary team.
I don't like his. I don't think he's gonna win.
I
I
think
actually think these are the two lowest scoring teams this week.
yes,
I've got the Rebellion squeaking out 84-83, a one
I love
point
it.
game. Um, yeah, I mean, I know I look at Joker's team. I'm seeing Dak is finally on the road against a good defense. I think Dak and CD take a step back from this insane run they've been on. I don't really love DeAndre Swift, Jalen Warren, whatever. Uh, I'm not trusting Odell or Calvin Ridley in that Sunday night game. Got Cole Kmet against the Browns. Not a single good matchup on his team this week. I think Joe Kiss is in for a tough week. I really do.
So I've got a feeling that Joe Kiss is gonna watch this and he's gonna be like, "Oh no, shit in his pants. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. We're all in his head. You're still gonna lose.
Yeah.
It is. It's almost inevitable that he will lose. And I agree with you. Dak on the road in Buffalo. Who knows what the weather's gonna be like? If it's snow, cold, anything bad, no
Yeah.
chance. So I don't like Jalen Hurts at Seattle, but at the same point in time, could be a lot of points. David Montgomery, I think, is the sleeper for Kev's team against a very weak Denver Broncos run defense. David Montgomery and Puka could lead the Rebellion to over 45 points total between the two players.
Is he a sleeper?
I'm gonna call him a sleeper because I think he's kind of been down the last couple of weeks. Think about it. Look at his numbers. But you can click on him, pull up his numbers real fast.
Huh, look at those see. Yeah. I
Look,
mean,
that's not great
uh,
numbers.
yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, look, I'm taking Kevin. Uh, I don't, like I said, I don't know. It's more. I don't know that it's about Kevin's team. I think it's more. I think Joe Kiss puts up a dud. Also, weather report for Sunday in Buffalo looking like a high of 47 and rain. So I don't know. I
Drop
don't
that
know.
weather temp. Drop that temperature. We get a little snow.
Yeah.
See, he can't see the ball. He's a
So
little.
who do you have winning this one?
Oh, preference. I want Kev to win. I think Kev's
Yeah.
gonna squeak it out. I think it's gonna be close. It's a tough one. I think Kev's gonna squeak it
So
out.
we're on the same across the board. We both have Boondoggle Boys, Davis, Rebellion.
I I think on the Rogues and
You
Davis.
want the Rogues. Take
I
the Rogues. No one's gonna hold you
you
to
know
it.
what?
Who cares?
Fuck it.
Everyone stopped listening by now anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Davey Bojangles, I'm taking you.
Okay.
Fuck you, David.
Here's the playoff bracket. If I was just to play this out, I think it's just me versus Davis in the finals, and I'm just gonna say I win. That's just what I'm gonna do. So
Fair. It's
I
fair.
think yeah, I just like where the team's at. Do I wish Debo maybe saved these two games for like the next 2 weeks? Yeah, but whatever, you know. If he
Yeah,
doesn't get tackled, he's just gonna keep doing this. So
do I hope you shot you shoot your shot too soon? Yeah, I do. I did look into a couple things now. Wait, hold on one second. Let me look at your team real quick. So I do believe you win this week, and I looked into your matchups next week.
okay.
It's not like the easiest schedule. So
Yeah.
I mean, you got Diggs against the Chargers. That should be 20
Listen,
points from him.
I'm 1 week at a time. I don't want to talk about next week. We'll
I
talk
know,
about next week next week.
but
Uh,
listen, I'm talking about what's going to happen. I think me versus you, if it happens next week, I think it'll be a 105 in that range. We're both going to put up 105 points or so, and it's going to be very close.
yeah.
Um,
Right now I've got Rashad over ETN this week. What do you think about that?
who's ETN going against? Baltimore. I mean, I personally like it.
Dude, Rashad's just been money.
He's been getting a ton of touches. The
Yeah.
Packers showed they suck against the running back.
I can't believe not a single person in this entire league once asked me about Rashad White.
Ah, whoa.
Now you did it after we were, you were 15 trade offers in. You finally
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
Rashad
but
White. I mean,
I got the one in.
just crazy how he was just. I don't know. I don't know what that was about. But that's it. That's it for this week. We got our three matchups. Kind of crazy when you think about it. You only need to win 3 games to win a championship. You only need to win 2. Um, so I mean, we'll see what happens. Right? It should be good. It should be fun. Um, that's it for us. You got any final last words?
Huh. I mean, good luck to everybody. I hope you all lose, and I'll see you guys in the championship. And I mean, if I win, you'll never hear the end of it. That's for sure.
We know that. All right. Toast your bagels, roast your drives. We'll see you next time.